Hello and welcome to Koimoi. This is Shubham Kulkarni.
And this is Oshine Koul.
And we are here to discuss the recent release, The Kashmir Files. So the clear indication is that I have not really liked the film and Oshine here has loved it.
Yes, I think that adds one plus point for me loving the film is because I myself is a Kashmiri Pandit and I could relate to the film, and I couldn't there was not even a single part that I think, oh, this is something that shouldn't have happened. Yeah, ye kyun ho raha hai? Something like that. It was like quite relatable.
I understand. I also read your review. So it was more of a personal account because your parents have seen the Exodus,
Yes.
right? They have been through it. So it was a personal account, how personal that event is to you and how
Yes.
traumatic it was for them.
Yes.
But mera problem was not the ideology of the film, because see, the point is meri ideology meri hai, unki hai, and it's a democratic country. No one is bound to question each other's ideology. वो subjective है. तुम्हारी तुम रखोगे, मेरी मैं रखूंगा. My problem was, if you're making a film about Kashmiri Pandits, okay, and the best part of the film was when it was in Kashmir, but the moment you shift the base to what they call as ANU, which is JNU, of course we know.
Yes.
It goes a haywire there for me. कि मतलब what are you questioning exactly? You're questioning सबका ideology in general. कि ये जो लोग खड़े हैं ये सारे टेररिस्ट को साथ दे रहे हैं. तो मेरे लिए वो थोड़ा वहां पर the film went loose. कि मतलब what is it exactly trying to tell me? The sufferings of the Kashmiri Pandits or a manipulative agenda that it wants to feed me कि ये गलत है. तो मेरा उधर ये थोड़ा हो गया.
See, जहां तक I could understand the film, जो उसका वो part था where Krishna is. So what Krishna has been shown, he's shown as a confused kid who was a baby when his parents were killed, his brother was killed, and he had no idea about what the Exodus like meant. So what happened? He was shown as a confused kid. So what happens is he was there, जहाँ पे उसके played by Pallavi Joshi, his professor. She is giving lecture about against, Kashmiri community and in support of the Muslims and all. So there they were trying to show what I could understand. My personal opinion is they were trying to show that there is also a part of society where they want to support these people who have been like, see, if you see, वहाँ पे she used a few dialogues like वहाँ पे 4 महीने से इंटरनेट नहीं है, वहाँ के कुछ लोग आजादी नहीं बोल सकते, मतलब तो वो थोड़ा इमोशनल, थोड़ा उस तरीके से फिल्म दिखा रहे थे जिस हिसाब से कि यार अगर आप I'll keep that Kashmiri part aside. If you think yaar there are people who are living in an like 21st century, there are people living without internet, so you'll also be like यार क्या उन्होंने ऐसी क्या गलती कर दी. But then you can recall again कि यार पर उन्होंने तो बहुत बड़ा ब्लंडर किया, उनके साथ तो इन्होंने इतना कुछ किया. This is the reason. So she was trying to show that part that मतलब she was trying to support terrorists. वहां पे बताते कि 4 साल का बच्चा है who is waiting for his father and he's not returning home, and then there are people who are living without internet for so many years. They are not allowed to go out, they are not allowed to go to other city, तो उनको बहुत सारे restrictions है. So she was trying to मतलब they are, and there are still those kind of people who are there, and that part of the society that will always be like ठीक है उन्होंने जो भी किया, लेकिन think about them, कैसे future बढ़ेगा कश्मीर का अगर वहां पे इंटरनेट ऑफ होगा, कैसे future बढ़ेगा सबका. तो Krishna has been shown as a person who is confused, who knows nothing about Exodus, और उसको एक तरफ बता रहे हैं, उसको जैसे उनकी प्रोफेसर बताती है कि see this is the truth, आपको नहीं पता है इस बारे में, ऐसा हो रहा है कि कश्मीरी मुस्लिम्स के साथ मतलब बहुत बुरा हो रहा है, उनका इंटरनेट ऑफ है, उनको मतलब बताया नहीं जा रहा है कि बाहर क्या हो रहा है क्या नहीं हो रहा है. तो he is like okay, that could be right, maybe मुझे Exodus के बारे में पता नहीं. तो he couldn't really debate on that, he couldn't really argue. When you must have seen that scene where she asks him कि तुम्हें कितना कुछ पता है, so you don't have the entire information. When he goes back to Kashmir and there he meets Anupam Kher's friends, his grandfather's friends there, then he gets to learn about a new story that he had never knew. that he never knew that his parents were killed. He always knew that they were died in an accident. They died in an accident. Then he gets confused कि अरे ये अगर ये सच है तो फिर वो क्या था जो मुझे मैम बता रहे थे. तो वहां पे that is a part of that Pallavi Joshi wala system, that is a part of society which I felt was really important to show, because even today there are people who, not that key, it is, film is not like Muslim based ki Muslim ke against kya nahi, there are people who feel bad for Kashmiris and the people who are staying in Kashmir. So
yeah, I get it, but मेरे लिए कैसा था पता है, these two events, the first is of course the exodus with Kashmiri Pandits that happened against them and they had to suffer. The second is this जहाँ पर कश्मीर का इंटरनेट काटा गया and everything that followed, जहाँ से I guess this is about dissolving the assembly. कश्मीर में they dissolved the assembly, उसके बाद से इंटरनेट चला गया.
हाँ, that is just like exodus तो काफी बाद हुआ था.
काफी बाद. So I am like, these are two events 30 years apart from each other. Exactly
almost
30 years. Like
25. 25, 27.
Yes. Yeah. So it's 3 decades. So it's like ये दो different events है. We are not supposed to mix them in a way because this dilutes the purpose. For me, it dilutes the purpose because ये क्या करेगा? When you make such films, the conversation should start, right? कि मतलब उसमें अगर आप मुझे ये दिखा दोगे कि JNU के बच्चों को या कहीं के भी बच्चों को that these guys are the wrong ones, तो फिर तो वो blame game ही शुरू हो जाएगा ना. कल उठ के शायद वो बच्चे एक मूवी बना दे and they show these people the wrong ones. तो we are just playing the blame game. We are not really culminating anything out of it. मेरे लिए वो हो गया. So it's like you could have used the platform to show it more authentically. For example, if you see recently Sardar Udham, it tries to be to the core, to the story all the time. वहाँ पर कोई ऐसा it tells Sardar Udham's story without really having
going
an
out of
opinion.
the line.
हाँ, मतलब it doesn't go
plot
out
से बाहर जाके नहीं बता.
हाँ, ये story है, this is the story, you look at it, you watch it, this is what that guy who he killed it. तो मेरे लिए that was a film which was more of this genre कि इसके लिए justice वो कर रहा था. Here it's like a conversation जो शायद कभी खत्म ही नहीं होगा. शायद हम blame game ही खेलते रह जाएंगे कश्मीर.
But Shubham, see, I think it is there. That blame game is there and it will be there.
Yes.
But what you are trying to say is like, हाँ, इन्होंने जो distant apart वाली जो portions बताए हुए हैं film में, that see, that could not be avoided because that is what had happened. और ये भी बताना जरूरी था. बेशक इन्होंने they took that internet connectivity वाला issue थोड़ा वो late हुआ था.
Very clownish, but they took it very clownish कि इनको जोकर बता दो. That's not how you do it, right?
हाँ, तो वो नहीं, but there was a part of society who were like against this and they were in support of these people who had tried to who killed people and asked to leave their home, and they wanted to show that part which was also important, but they again tried to added something which we could not relate and like यार ये तो अभी हुआ है, वो 30 साल पहले हुआ है. तो you are partially right at that point, so I could I get that point.
So मेरे लिए वही था कि मतलब it's not coming out of a space where it wants to explore or educate people. It was like
also I want to add, I don't think film went out of its plot. प्लॉट से बाहर नहीं गई, उन्होंने दोनों तरफ का बताया हुआ है. प्लॉट से बाहर तो मुझे नहीं लगा. हाँ, एज ए परफॉर्मेंस या सिर्फ एज अ फिल्म की प्लॉट की बात करते हैं, हाँ ठीक है, कश्मीरी पंडित्स के अगेंस्ट, कश्मीरी पंडित्स के लिए जो बनी हुई है, ऐसा नहीं लगता कि वो आउट ऑफ प्लॉट जा रही है, बट थोड़ा लगता है कि यार इसको थोड़ा शॉर्ट किया जा सकता है. लाइक आई टेल यू पर्सनली, I'll keep myself again Kashmiri Pandit wala part side where to myself being a critic, I am working in an entertainment industry. What happened is the last portion of Darshan was super in the entire film and his performance is just kamal. So what happened is the last monologue tha puri film mein about when he gets to know ki like this is the truth and now I want to put it in front of everybody and this is the right time when people are around me. That gets थोड़ा मतलब it could have been थोड़ा सा string कर सकता था उसको.
It also goes out of logic if you observe, क्योंकि वो एक रात में वो कश्मीर से I guess दिल्ली में आ जाता है, right?
हाँ.
For a day and till the point his दादू what he calls Mithun Chakravarti, he calls him दादू, right?
हाँ.
So till the point he hasn't told him the whole story. उसको पता नहीं था, right, Exodus के बारे में.
नहीं.
And suddenly here's a man standing in front of a crowd and talking about the entire history of Kashmir. namely कि इतना पढ़ा
यहाँ
कब.
पे ना, हाँ, और यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा थोड़ा
हाँ,
डिस्कनेक्ट हो जाते हो ऑफलाइन से,
हाँ,
थोड़ा
कि
डिस्कनेक्ट
इतना
हो जाते
पढ़ा
हो
कब
फिल्म से.
इसने.
हाँ, बट
हाँ,
थोड़ा सा डिस्कनेक्ट यू फील कि यार मतलब जो चल रहा था, यू आर लाइक कि सॉबिंग, क्राइंग, योर हार्ट फील्स लाइक यू, मतलब क्या है या क्यों हुआ ऐसा करके. बट देन अगेन दिस पार्ट कम्स, यू गेट लिटिल, यू सिट बैक एंड रिलैक्स. द एंटायर टाइम you are on the edge of your chair, then you are sitting back and relaxing, because there is a scene going which you couldn't relate much, and
relate
you
much,
felt
yes.
and you feel little disconnected. But overall, but that could be, you know, 0.1 of 1 or 2% of the entire film that
Yes,
you felt कि ऐसा. But overall though, हम तो कुछ नहीं कह सकते, फिल्म तो खुद बात कर रही है, it's, you know, speaking for itself. So that is what is happening currently.
it is,
What
it
is the
is.
main point you did not like about the film? Like, what is this happening?
That is what I was talking about. So it doesn't come out of a place where it wants to, you know, explore or educate me. It is not educating me. It is just telling me कि ये हुआ था, so ये हुआ था और तुमको यही मानना है और तुमको इन लोगों को गलत बोलना है. It's never like कि, you know,
Okay.
it comes out of that. मेरे लिए it comes out of that कि it is
Tell
not
me one
educating.
thing. Tell me one thing. How much,
हाँ.
before watching the film, how much did you know about Kashmiri Pandit's Exodus?
Kashmiri Pandit Exodus, I have a friend who used to talk to me about all of those things, and I knew the sufferings they have went through. I knew. So what I have heard about the Exodus is, shayad the things they did were more brutal than this, even more
Yes.
brutal than this.
Yes.
What I've heard, and I won't ever ignore that fact that it happened. It's one
Hmm.
of the darkest phases of our history.
Yes.
But when you make a movie about it, I want to know the data in terms of say authentic base. I want to know what was the mindset of the people who were not in the frame probably. Because in the frame people
Okay.
the story of a family, right? The family which
Hmm.
Krishna, Shiva, and his parents. और
Yeah.
जब मूवी खुलती है, the disclaimer is like कि Exodus का story is all the data is researched, but the main story is weaved fictional. So now what I am watching is a fictional story about a family set in a real event which happened.
What happened is, see, this went for years, and
Yes.
the filmmaker wanted to show this. The years, इतनी सालों में जितना भी कुछ
Yeah.
हुआ है ना कश्मीर, he wanted to just थोड़ा cut short करके wanted to show it in 3 hours का story.
Yes.
So what had happened? Story, the family, the characters are fictional, but the
Yes.
incidents that happened,
Yeah, they are.
each
Yes.
and every incident is real. अब what had happened, ऐसा अगर करते कि एक स्टोरी के लिए एक अलग फैमिली उठाते, दूसरी स्टोरी के लिए दूसरी फैमिली उठाते, तो फिर it also gets confusing. मुझे कंफ्यूज होता, अरे मतलब ऐसे आप बोलते कि अगर 4 इंसिडेंट्स दिखा रहे हैं तो 4 इंसिडेंट्स के लिए 4
No,
अलग
not child families, because there has to
एग्जाम्पल.
be a central, there has to be some story, because there's a beautiful thing called archives. Matlab,
Yeah.
I know of a website, I know of a portal which has archived our independence ka story.
Oh.
Everything that happened during partition, everything that happened during the whole 1947 year, they've
Right.
archived, and there are people who have spoken about how पाकिस्तान से वो इंडिया में आए, कैसे उनको किसी ने ट्रेन में बक्से में भर दिया था और वो यहाँ पर लेडीज आए, because that time also ladies were harassed and abused.
Right.
So yeah, so there has to be a place where you'll get these stories, right? And Vivek Agnihotri has researched for his film, as he says. So I was like, कुछ तो real story होगी. There must be real people, right? You don't need to fictionalize it. But wait, that is a point of my what I didn't like. But the point I
But
mostly
real
didn't.
characters कैसे आएंगे?
Sardar Udham, again in classic example.
That is a biopic.
हाँ, so there
This
must
is
be
not a
people, right?
biopic. There are
must be
people who are killed.
Yeah,
मतलब
yeah,
उन्हीं
yeah. I
जो
know.
लोग people who are dead, अभी जैसे उन्होंने 5 for example 5 brutal incidents लिए हुए हैं, अगर उसमें से they are showing like 5 बहुत ही ऐसे like gut wrenching incidents are shown. So
yes.
they wanted to put that for one family so that one
Yeah.
could relate to it. That person killed in the rice container is the true story.
Is the true
She
story,
being
yes.
you know chopped into 2 pieces is the true story. People how that they show a scene where that judge is killed even that's a true story, but they
Judge
wanted
is a real
people to,
story. It's a headline as well. Justice जो
yeah.
जिनको
So
गोली मारी जाती
I
है.
don't think even that 24 people who were killed is a true story. So there is, I don't think there's a single story that was made up, because I remember, as I have written in my review, I went with my mother, and there she told me ki, as soon as it starts now, there is this person like that Beta Karateka. Even the names are
हाँ.
real. Beta Karate is the real name of the terrorist who was
Oh yeah,
behind all
I know.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a clip of him जहाँ पे he says कि
Interview.
अगर तुम्हें तुम्हारी माँ को मारने कहते तो तुम
That
मार दे.
portion is also
There's
real.
this that
He
is real
has
portion.
he is
Yes.
real. He has said that, and they have taken that portion from the interview.
Yes.
So they just wanted people to not get confused, and they showed all these incidents happening with a family. They are surely different incidents that are happening with a different family in reality, but so that I think for me there are, जैसे कुछ films ऐसी होती हैं कि चार अलग कैरेक्टर्स बता रहे हैं या चार अलग फैमिलीज बता रहे हैं, उसका भी वहां पे बता रहे, उसका ऐसा हो गया, अरे ये तो उस फैमिली का था, तो so that people don't get confused. So I don't think they just said that characters are fiction, names are real,
it just
incidents
pulled
are
me
real.
out of the whole experience. It kind of pulled me out of the whole experience. If I talk about that part, अगर हम ideology की बात कर रहे हैं, the entire internet right now, Instagram let's say, is filled with theater के videos.
Totally.
जहाँ पे people are standing.
Crying.
So crying is still a good thing for the filmmaker, because he has made something which is making people cry, making people believe
right.
that it's happy. It's still a good thing. There are people chanting slogans. Before we got on this conversation, I was on Instagram. I was scrolling through reels, and I came across one reel which had a man wearing some blackish clothes. I'll just put this video in the video.
Okay.
Might be during editing. And this guy is shouting कि हमें इसका बदला लेना चाहिए. Kind of, I'm rephrasing. He says हमें इसका kind of बदला लेना चाहिए, and he says कि हम में से अगर एक एक भी मुस्लिम लड़की से शादी करे तो शायद we'll have our vengeance, we'll have our revenge, kind of.
जो 20 साल 25 साल से कम है, अगर हर लड़का एक मुसलमान लड़की से शादी करना शुरू कर दे तो 3 पीढ़ी के अंदर इनकी जनसंख्या आधे से कम हो जाएगी. इनकी लड़कियों से शादियां करो, इनके बच्चे पैदा करना कम करो. हम यहाँ फिल्म देख रहे हैं, वो अपने घरों में अपनी आबादी बढ़ा रहे हैं.
I was like, this is clearly wrong. Like, मतलब, there has to be something about the film which is triggering that emotion. So you understand मैं जब बोल रहा था कि what is it culminating, what is it creating?
Yes.
If your film is creating these people, that emotion,
are you sure that person was a Kashmiri Pandit?
So that is what I'm saying. But there are people in the theater doing this, and it's not just him, one person. There are various videos of theaters, people, and there are various videos. So that is one of the topmost thing that's making me dislike the movie. So hate is a very strong word, and being a film critic, I won't hate any film. So so that way. So that is the thing. What is this film creating? Is it creating monsters? Is it creating a conversation? Is it creating a healthy debate? What is it creating for me? For me, it is this video
above
that
everything,
has stayed with me.
Yeah, what I feel above everything, this film is an eye-opener for sure.
Yeah.
Because why I feel people, you know what, I came home, I told my sister, I told my cousins, I'm like, hey, you people should go and watch it. Why? Because we know nothing about this. We were babies when we had come out. Like, people who have suffered are our parents, like completely. But I always tell them, people of my age, that you should go and watch this film. You should know, because that is how you'll come to know about more. I didn't know there was no government for 2 days. That is when the major things happened in Kashmir during that exodus time. Because I don't know if you know about it, that CRPF was in, they were in villages, gaon mein thi. So that chief minister had come, he had ordered and asked them to come back to the Srinagar, to the city area. and not be in the village area. तो गांव में रहने से गांव में सबसे ज्यादा ये बहुत ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स हो रही थी. तो फिर जब यहाँ बुलाया था यहाँ पे डाल के, then there was no military in village area for 2 days, जिस टाइम पे सबसे ज्यादा ब्रूटल केसेस हुए थे. सो मुझे भी काफी चीजें पता चली इससे कि, तो मैं सबको बोलती हूँ, तो नॉलेज तो भर भर के है इसमें, क्यों बहुत चीजें ऐसी है जो हमको नहीं पता होती, और खासतौर पे उन लोगों के, हमको तो फिर भी 90% ऑफ दिस वी नो, बिकॉज हमारी फैमिलीज, यू सिट विद देम, दे विल टेल यू 10 स्टोरीज लाइक दिस.
एग्जैक्टली, यस.
बट आई एम श्योर कि यार, आई डोंट थिंक कश्मीरीज ने जब 30 सालों में ऐसी बातें नहीं की तो अब तो नहीं करेंगे, क्योंकि दे वर द ओनली, जैसे यू हैव सीन इन द फिल्म कि अगर उन्होंने तब रिवेंज जैसा कुछ लेना होता तो उन्होंने लिया रहता. बट अगेन, अगर इट इज bringing this kind of question in your mind, then I don't think I can't blame movie for that. It's your mentality then. You are taking it that way.
But yeah, but end of the day, it is, see, the conversation starts with the film. मतलब हम जब बोलते हैं that films are inconsequential, they are not. मतलब कुछ होता है. मैं जब अंजलि ने छोटे बाल काटे, सारी लड़कियां छोटे बाल काट के घूम रही थी.
होता है.
बेल बॉटम में अक्षय कुमार ने जब, तेरे नाम, बेल बॉटम में जब अक्षय कुमार ने पहनी बेल बॉटम, यहाँ लड़के घूम रहे थे अक्षय कुमार फैंस पहन के. तो ये तो नहीं होता कि फिल्म का इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं होता. हर फिल्म इन्फ्लुएंस करती है इन इट्स ओन वे.
Yeah, in its own way. See, adding to that, it was Shahid Kapoor's Kabir Singh.
Exactly. It's a film that is a story I would say I hate. Because someone went on to make a film about a violent man who is so toxic twice, thrice, 4 times. मतलब तुम देख नहीं रहे हो.
देखो, there are people like you and me who are like कि यार, there is a person who is being so toxic to a girl, and there are also people like in village area mostly, or like a young गरम खून वाले लड़के, they are like कि यार शाहिद कपूर ने मारा तो हम भी तो मार सकते हैं.
Exactly.
So again, it comes to your mentality. It's like how you are born, how you are raised, and it definitely.
So
I don't think
that's where the spoon feeding comes in, ना, कि जब तुम बताते हो कि यही सच है, तो it's sort of that. Every film must leave that space for the audience to decide what it is, what he or she should take from it. So when you ask me what the problem is with Kashmir Files, वो वाला जो space होता है ना, where I get to keep my thoughts, I get to ask questions, वो वाला space मुझे कहीं ना कहीं missing लगा. Now that brings us to the next, which is filmmaking. This is clearly filmmaking. तो वो वाला मुझे बहुत missing लगा in terms of filmmaking. What was your opinion?
I don't think so, because see, when you leave the theater, you leave with so many thoughts. It depends. जैसे मुझे ऐसा लगा कि यार शिट यार, मतलब बहुत कुछ और भी बताया जा सकता, लेकिन 3 घंटे में इन्होंने इतना कुछ बताया, और कितना बताया. अभी 5 घंटे की फिल्म के लिए हम लोग नहीं बैठते. मतलब it leaves you with so many thoughts that, but it depends again on you. Which one would you choose?
Yes.
ठीक है. ऐसा नहीं है कि they don't give you space to think about it. If you think, there are people who have been tweeting about what is the important point, what is the main point that they like about the film, or they also give you a space to debate on it. But I don't think if you, मतलब again I'm saying it leaves you with so many thoughts that it completely depends on you, which one would you like to take.
Yes.
अब आपको चाहिए कि यार क्या बकवास है, हम लोग ये क्या है, ये तो इसके अगेंस्ट दिखाया हुआ है. बट अगेन at the same time you can also see यार ये क्यों हुआ इनके साथ, ये नहीं होना चाहिए. So depends.
It depends. तुम्हारा, what are you trying to cater with your film, or with your films, or with a bundle of films, let's say. क्योंकि every time the election season nears by, ये वाले movies हमारे पास platter में आ जाते हैं.
Well, I have heard this kind of comments.
Yes, तो ये वाले
election आने वाला, so the film is out.
Yeah, मतलब see, कोई भी फिल्म मेकर ये बोलेगा नहीं और एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेगा कि my film is near the elections, क्योंकि बहुत लोग बोलेंगे elections हो चुके हैं. But we know the influence that films leave on us, right? We always know the influence that films
good, bad, funny, sad, they don't leave an impression on your mind.
Yeah, in conclusion, what I would like to say is कि जब आप कश्मीर फाइल्स को टैक्स फ्री इंडिया में करते हो, जब आप कश्मीर फाइल्स को प्रमोट करते हो, and a prime minister is talking about that movie, why not give the same platform, let's say similar platform, if not same, why don't we give a similar looking platform to films that go against your grain, not your as in go against some grain. Parzania bani, Firak bani. There was this beautiful documentary called Ram Ke Naam, which Anand Patwardhan made.
That I have watched.
All these films, Parzania and Firak are about the Gujarat riot.
Yes.
Ram Ke Naam is about Ayodhya and the Babri Masjid thingy. Whatever happened.
Yes, I know.
It's a documentary. So when you don't let these films have platform and then promote your films, it becomes kind of agenda for me, even if it is not. So my conclusion about this is give a equal platform to everyone. Kashmir Files, whereas मैंने तो बहुत कुछ बोल लिया, अब conclusion की भी जरूरत नहीं है. But yeah, give a equal platform to every film that's coming in. मतलब just because a certain film is not sitting with your ideology doesn't mean you will not give it its due, right? What's your take?
Yes, giving same platform if we talk about such dark instances.
See, same हम नहीं दे सकते because see, if you tell me to promote a film that goes against my grain, I won't, right? Yeah. And I can't expect them from anyone.
Then why do you think that Gujarat Riots film was not?
Give a similar platform, which I am saying. Yeah. उनको भी शायद release होने दो, उनको भी मतलब let people talk about them as well. Let people have that conversation as well.
Yeah, because at the end, I think audience gets to decide. Because we are here to review or watch it and then decide. Yes. So I don't think that you should just let it be to the audience and then not come in between and say like an AF film release or something.
So that is what I'm saying. Audience.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point.
When you have a Kashmir File releasing in like 3,000 theaters and
yes.
I don't know exact number. I'm just saying when you let the Kashmir File release in some 3,000 theaters and there is no protest right now कि Kashmir Files को हमारे theaters से निकाल के
शुरू हुआ था ना.
हाँ, उतार के फेंक दो is not a protest. But
लेकिन एक second. No, I don't agree on this because what is happening is they are not saying कि उतार के फेंक दो, but what is happening, they are stopping the screenings at some theaters. Okay. That is happening. So as soon as like recently I read a tweet, there was some PVR, I think that was in Delhi. PVR theater, what they did, they stopped air conditioner first, and then after some time when they start feeling hot inside the theater, they stopped the screening, and then they said there is some issue with the file.
Okay.
And that is what is happening again. I think in Sikkim or somewhere there people are booking the tickets, they are going to the theaters, and there they come to know that they have not received the file to show the movie. So that is also happening in a different way.
So let's just have an equal ground for every film and let's let people talk about it. But yes, हमारे opinions है. These are our thoughts.
Purely our opinions.
Yeah, just about the movie. We
love each character. In short, we love the film. It's just we are just trying to keep our personal opinion and nothing against anyone in the film.
Okay, we love में शायद मैं नहीं हूँ, पर okay, I see, as I said, there is a way I might not like a movie. Hate मुझसे कभी होगा नहीं because I love cinema for whole.
Yeah.
Cinema is what I live for.
Exactly. I'm not saying that we are against it. That is what I'm trying to say. We are not against any film. We are not against any character. Yeah. We are not against this film. No? That's all.
That's all.
That will help this video grow.
We have all the empathy. We have all the empathy for Kashmiri Pandits. We have our empathy.
We do.
There is no one here denying the fact that it didn't happen.
Yes. Yeah. No one can, in fact.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So with that, we come to an end. आपको जो भी बताना है ऐसे comments में बता दो. हाँ.
Yes, do share this video and do let us know.
Yes, Oshine के लिए सारे अच्छे comments आएंगे, मेरे लिए गालियाँ.
बिल्कुल भी नहीं.
I am prepared.
Else it will be like in the
we
Kashmir
have
file.
Another patriotic movie.
Yes, we do. Anyway.
No, ये ऐसा नहीं है. हम patriotic नहीं होगी तो भी discuss कर सकते हैं.
Koimoi.com